did quickly after she started producing ketones again. In one hospital stay, Grandma Rose said goodbye to a section of her colon, uncontrollable tummy pain, bowel movements, farting, lots of cancerous white blood cells, and 30 pounds of extra fluid. She said hello to a fancy new scar down the center of her tummy, a colostomy bag, the bathroom floor once when she fell one night, a ton of sleep, and steady improvement walking, eating, and caring for her new self. She juggled a drainage tube coming out of her abdominal cavity, a PICC line out of her left bicep, a bladder catheter, a bunch of bandages, and a steady stream of bloody discharge from her previously pooping vagina. Despite all that, Grandma Rose held Mary Poppins' straight, dignified posture as she slipped into my passenger seat. We headed home. As the hospital faded in my rearview mirror, we cautiously drove away. Each bump or slight pull of the car arrested our breathing. Instead of returning to the farm, Grandma Rose moved into our home. The sound of the rising garage door triggered my sons to rush to greet us. The night before, I held a family meeting reviewing all the ways our normal life would kill Grandma Rose. With 3 teenage boys in the house, our home had several potential death traps. A nasty accident threatened her from the pile of clothes on the floor, or the wrinkle in the rug, or the trash bag that slumped in the kitchen instead of going straight outside. The list seemed endless. I thought I had most dangers covered until our epic fail on her first night at our home. We arrived on Sunday afternoon, leaving time for a nap. Grandma Rose awoke just long enough to take her meds, change out her colostomy bag, and take a few sips of broth. During colostomy bag care, we noticed our mistake. Somehow, we left the hospital without any supplies for changing her bag. Grandma Rose's renowned MacGyver skills might have come in handy, except her pain meds and extreme illness had dampened her problem-solving abilities. Pain meds stopped her suffering, but along with that discomfort went her sparkly, creative personality. We headed to bed with plans to go to the supply store right after her 8 a.m. doctor's appointment on Monday morning. Thankful for a quiet and restful night, we anxiously peeked at her bag the next morning. We shared a silent stare at the brimming colostomy bag stuck to her tummy. It was going to be close. Thankfully, the doctor was on time, and by 8:45, we scooted out of the doctor's office with an expanding baby bump in her shirt that looked nothing like a normal pregnancy. We both sighed in relief as we pulled up to the medical supply store. A ray of sunlight shined on the path as we entered. "What do you mean there's over 2,000 options for colostomy bag supplies?" "No, we don't have the numbers. We just have a full bag that needs to be replaced." 2 hours later, we left with 1 spare colostomy bag, 1 seal, and 1 ring, and a promise that the other supplies would be in first thing the next morning. The car seemed to drive itself home as Grandma Rose and I silently considered the next 24 hours. We changed dressings, emptied the current bag, rinsed it out, and resealed it. We saved the spare goods in case the current system started to leak before we got supplies. Monday afternoon and evening, Grandma Rose rested and slept. She had only 1 episode where the pain jumped out of our control. By 8 p.m., we had both fallen asleep. At 1 a.m., Grandma Rose awoke to a nasty mess. The seal between her bag and the skin had popped open, and our most feared event spewed all over the night. Grandma Rose had awoke disorientated. The warm goo on her stomach met the tight, stinging pains of her stapled skin. Naturally, she hollered, "Help! Help! Annette! Help me!" Silence. Darkness. Not even a stir. She shuffled out to the hall and hollered again. Nothing. She called my mobile. No answer. Awake and determined, she waddled into the kitchen and grabbed a metal pot and spoon and banged and banged and banged and banged. Nada. Zip. Nothing. I slept through the whole thing. The next morning, I tiptoed down to wish Grandma Rose a happy birthday and found a copper pot and a metal spoon sitting on the chair in the hallway. I peeked into her room and found her resting quietly, too peacefully. I was totally unaware of her 2-hour procedure performed on herself by herself. She had removed the dressings, took off the leaking colostomy bag, removed the adhesive, the ring, peeled off the wax seal, then washed and dried and prepared her skin for the next replacement bag. With only one spare bag, there was absolutely no space for error. Grandma Rose handled it just like Mary Poppins. She properly measured the stoma, the part of the bowel tissue that pokes out through her skin. She pushed and massaged the wax seal into place and put the adhesive ring over the wax seal. Then snapped the bag on the ring, replaced the dressing, and got back to bed. Mary Poppins never gives up. Chapter 27. Lessons from Dr. Bosworth. The hard math behind your metabolism. Objection number 12. If you eat all that fat, you'll certainly gain weight. Not true. Losing weight starts with changing your chemistry. Once you become 20 or 30 pounds overweight, your body's chemistry gets locked. To reverse this, stop triggering insulin. You burn what you eat. If you want to burn fat, you must turn on the fat-burning mechanisms inside your mitochondria. If you want to lose fat, eat fat. Don't add carbs. Focus on what you eat, not how much you eat. In France, the population study in 2012 showed their country as the highest in the world for the percentage of fat eaten. They topped the charts with over 40% of their calories from fat. Yet, France is one of the thinnest countries in the world, according to the British Journal of Nutrition. Fat gained or lost equals calories in minus calories out. This is the gospel according to metabolism math. According to this equation, to calculate the fat you want to lose, you must know how many calories you put into your body and subtract the calories used by your body. That's it. That's all you need to know. If you eat 1,000 calories in a day and you want to lose weight, you must use more than the 1,000 calories you consumed. Clear enough, right? Unfortunately, it's wrong. Weight loss doesn't work this way. For over 2 decades, I told many patients, eat less, exercise more. That's how you lose weight. My advice was wrong. This equation is flat out wrong. Shocking, right? After all, going against this equation goes against the first law of thermodynamics, let alone common sense as well as conventional wisdom. But the equation is wrong. Hear me out. Mammals are much more complicated. Let's break this equation down. First, we have the fat, the part that's gained or lost, and it's supposed to be equal to calories in minus calories out. 2 parts of this equation are certainly measurable. Fat, gained, lost, and calories in. These 2 sections of the equation are easy to understand and measure. Fat gained or lost. You can measure exactly how much body fat you have today. We can repeat that measurement several weeks from now and know precisely if you have gained or lost body fat. The best way to measure body fat is using a DEXA scan. DEXA, standing for Dual Energy X-ray Absorptometry Scan, is an X-ray technology used to size up lean tissue, bone density, and fat across regions of the body with amazing accuracy. Other techniques that don't use radiation include underwater weighing, whole body plethysmography, skin fold measurements, and several other options. My point, fat, gained or lost, is measurable. Calories in. We can measure calories in. Each unit of drink or food consumed has a measurement of energy. Add up all that passes your lips in 24 hours and you have this number. Calories in is also measurable. Calories out. With 2 of the 3 variables measurable, we can do the math to calculate calories out, right? To double check our answer, can we measure the calories out part of the equation? Don't nod your head so quickly. What is the calories out portion of the equation? Well, simply, calories out is the total energy it takes to run your system for 24 hours. It represents the calories your body uses in one day to stay alive. Measuring calories out is not simple. Calories out includes the following 5 components. Number 1, your metabolism. Number 2, the effect from your food. Number 3, the level of daily activities. Number 4, afterburn. And number 5, exercise. For you engineers and science geeks out there, the formula reads something like this. TEE, or total energy expenditure, equals BMR, standing for basal metabolic rate, plus TEF, thermic effect of food, plus NEAT, N-E-A-T, which is non-exercise activity thermogenesis, plus EPOC, energy post-oxygen consumption, plus exercise. The energy needed to run your body is much more than exercise. Let's break down each of these sections to get an understanding of our daily energy needs. Metabolism, or basal metabolic rate. The term metabolism refers to the purr of your motor. How much energy does it take to fuel the furnaces inside your cells? How lively are you? Would your friends describe you as a sloth or a busy bee? Metabolism includes your breathing, maintaining your body temperature, pumping your heart, fueling your thinking, fueling your cleansing team like your kidneys and liver. This list goes on for pages. Metabolism is a blanket term for a wide range of complex operations happening in your body. Also, it is not stable. It fluctuates along with your lifestyle, needs, and activity. If you think more today than you did yesterday, the equation is different. If your body had extra toxins to remove, you need a different amount of fuel. Metabolism depends on many factors. Here's a list of several. Genetics. Gender. Men require more energy than women. Age. Young require more energy than the old. Your weight. Have more muscle, that takes more energy than less muscle. Height. Tall requires more energy than short. Diet. Underfeeding slows down metabolism. Pulse feeding, every 24 to 36 hours, boosts metabolism. Body temperature. It takes more energy when you have a fever as opposed to normal body temperature, and if you have a low body temperature, it takes even less energy. External temperature. Hanging out in the cold requires heating the body and takes more energy than cooling it. Organ functions. New protein production, replacing cells in your organs. New bone production, new muscle production. Lymph system, replacing the antibodies like fighting new invaders. Is your body fighting off infection? Do you have an autoimmune disease? It takes energy to fight that. Brain cognition. How much did you think today? Heart. How many beats pound through your heart every minute? How hard does your heart squeeze each time it beats? Liver is used for detoxifying your blood. How hard did it work today? It's used for making energy and storing energy. How many times did you do that today? Kidneys, cleaning your blood, making urine. Pancreas, producing enzymes. Bowels,